right, guys, today in Fish, we are going to use the top 5 best rods for making a lot of money. As y'all know, Fish is a game where you need a lot of money to buy every single thing in this game. Guys, if you don't have money, you're kind of cooked. That's why I'm gonna show you guys the top 5 best rods that you need to make a lot of money. All right, these rods have the best mutations that have the highest multipliers that can make you insane amounts of money. And I made a list of the top 5 best rods, and these are gonna be rods that everyone can get, and these are also gonna be rods that make getting money the easiest. Okay, so if the rod has a high multiplier but it's kind of hard to get the actual mutation to make a lot of money with it, it's not going to be on this list. And also, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section. But right now, let's start off with the first rod. All right, guys, and we're going to go in like a order. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna put the Nate's blade as number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna put this as 5th on the list. This is top 5 best rod to make a lot of money, and the reason why I say that is because it's so effortless. So how we're going to track this, guys, we're going to go to a location where we can make a lot of money, but where it's not too easy. Okay, like I know the perfect area. Let's grab the whistler, or the whistle, and then let's go to the calm zone. All right, guys, so our objective is to find out what rod is going to make the most money. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell all of our inventory. Okay, we're going to sell everything. And also, let me grab this, and then we're also going to sell. Okay, we sold all of our exotics, we sold all of our I'm pretty sure we just sold every single thing that we had. So now when we fish, we'll actually be able to track how much money we're actually making. All right, guys, so we have officially made it to our location, and what we're going to do, we're not going to use any server luck. Okay, no server luck. We might use our Aurora totem just so we can get some good stuff, but besides that, here, let's make it nighttime. And I also put the Scylla there just in case one of these rods might have a chance to get the Scylla. All right, but let's do this, and now we're going to do a 5-minute timer. We're going to do a 5-minute timer here. I'm gonna set it. All right, guys, there we go. So now we have to get as much fish as possible in under 5 minutes, and we're going to be using every single rod for 5 minutes. All right, so right here we have the Nate's blade. The reason why I got this fish, or this rod, is because it has 3 different mutations, and every single mutation is a 4x multiplier. But the reason why this rod is so good, if you throw, wait, it has a guaranteed weight increaser. So the fish are literally guaranteed to get a 100% increase on their weight. I think it's 100%. And then you have the 4x multipliers for the mutations. So it's a guaranteed 4x. 100%, you're getting it every single time. So you have that as well. And then you also, it's just effortless. This rod is a guaranteed catch. So this rod, you can literally sit AFK. You can probably run an auto clicker, whatever tools you use, macro, whatever you want to use, and literally just get fish all day, because it's literally a guaranteed catch. I'm gonna show you guys why. The passive of this rod literally grows the bar to the point where you're guaranteed to catch the fish. And so far, I'm pretty sure this rod has a 444% luck. So as y'all can see, we're just getting fish every single time, or we're getting good fish every time. Let's look at the stats real quick. So it has 99% lure speed, 444% luck, and the resilience is 44%, infinite kgs. All right, let's just throw this thing back in the water. Oh yeah, you definitely can't AFK with this thing. Okay, we tried to AFK right there. It did not work at all. Maybe if you throw on like a bait that increases resilience, it might not move and you might be able to AFK with it, but whatever I have on it right now is definitely not it. Oh, and it also has slices. As y'all can see, there's the slices that are the bacon, so that also helps you get fish a lot faster. Making money in fish isn't about how overpowered the mutations are. It also matters of how fast the rod can actually catch fish. That's one of the main important things about having a good rod that makes a lot of money fast. But as y'all can see, with the Sea Prince and Sea Overlord, we're literally getting giant fish with a 4x multiplier every single time. All right, so we're getting like huge, gigantic fish. We're getting Rockstar, Bubblegum, and Lumpy mutation. That's the 3 different mutations that you can get with this rod, and they're all a 4x multiplier. Let's just keep getting this money, and a moss lurker just spawned in. I low-key want to catch it. I don't know why. Catching a moss lurker will be so much aura right now, bro. And look how big the fish are when you catch them, bro. The fish are ginormous. I'm pretty sure everything that I have on this rod is the ultimate, like 265 size increaser of the weight, a literal 265% increase of the fish's weight. That's why this rod makes so much money. Okay, so you have 265 increase, plus you have the 4x multiplier guaranteed. This rod is a guaranteed 4x, so every single fish that you're catching is making 4 times more. I'm pretty sure that timer might run out pretty soon. I kind of don't want to look at it right now, because if we look at it, we're probably gonna lose time that we could be making money with this rod. Since it has a 444% luck, I feel like we're getting like good fish after good fish, like over and over and over again, which is really good. That's what makes this rod like one of the best rods in the game for making money. But we have rods in this video that are even crazier. Some of them even have a 10 times multiplier. But please let me know in the comment section what you guys think is actually number 1. So right now, This is obviously top 5 on the list. It's definitely in last place on this list because the next rods that we have are even more overpowered. All right, come on. All right, we have a 10 times progress speed. Wait, I'm pretty sure this rod has a progress speed increaser too. I'm not sure the amount. All right, the timer is up. That was really loud. So the timer's up. All right, let's reset it and let's just see how much money we make. All right, so in 5 minutes, let's sell all. And we made $372,000 with this rod. So that was actually pretty valid. Let's move on to the next rod. So the next rod that we have is the seraphic rod. The reason why I chose this rod is because it's mutations. The mutations that it can give you are actually pretty insane. And if you upgrade this rod, it can be even better, guys. It has a hidden passive right here if you get 1,000 perfect catches. All right, so as you guys can see, this rod has 95 lure speed, 150% luck, and it has a 0.25 control. And the bar of this rod can get filled at 60% instantly. And there's a 30% chance for the blessed mutation, which is an 8.5 times multiplier. So this rod it has an 8.5 times multiplier, literally 8.5 times. With this rod, let me see okay, let's change our relics with this rod. Let's definitely put a cosmic relic on here. All right, we could do overclock, but I don't think that's necessary on this rod. It literally fills up the bar every single time. Okay, we're going to do this, and then we're also going to do an exalted relic, and then we're going to get sea overlord or sea king, whatever it's called. We could also do quantum on this. You really do a lot of different mutations on this rod, but for today's sake of the video, I'm going to do the weight increasing. There we go. We got sea overlord. Now let's get to fishing. I love this rod so much. The control bar is big, instant guaranteed 60%. Only thing this rod would need is we should also probably change our bait. I feel like we have a bad bait on right now. The resilience is actually kind of crazy right now. Yo, what are we catching right now? We're catching an 80% fish. Oh, we didn't start the timer. Okay, we should probably start the timer here. Let's reset. All right, there we go. The timer has been started. All right, so now all the fish that we catch actually count. Bro, this 80% fish is taking so long, bro. What the heck are we catching right now? And why is he moving around so much? Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we're a few seconds off. Few seconds away. Let's go. There we go. But one thing I'm gonna change the bait. I feel like our bait actually kind of sucks right now. So I'm gonna change to, actually, I'm gonna go try hard. Now we can get cracking. All right, 60% of the bar should be filled instantly. Boom. And it helps so much with like fish with like crazy progress speeds. One other mutation that you guys can do on this rod is try hard as a cosmic relic, and you'll get 30% more progress speed to your fish, which will actually help you catch a lot more fish faster, guys. But the main mutation that we're looking for is the blessed mutation. So if the fish comes out yellow, glowing and stuff, that's how we know we got the correct mutation that we're looking for. Honestly, with this rod, if you don't want to put oversized enchantments on it, you could also do some progress speed ones. I actually might switch that, bro, because what the heck, these fish in this area at least are taking so long, and they're not even getting blessed mutation. Now that I think about it, in 5 minutes with the Nate's blade, we made like almost 400,000. In 10 minutes we would have made 1 million. In an hour we would have probably made like 3 to 4 million. So that shows how good the Nate's blade really is. The seraphic rod, it actually might make a little bit less. I'm not gonna lie, the Nate's blade was actually so overpowered. This might have to be at number 5 on the list. Actually, the Nate's blade might be a little bit higher than this rod on the list. So far this rod is taking so long to catch. All right, but we did get a big bless. That's the exact mutation that we're looking for, and I think we got another one, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like it has the bless. Yeah, that has the bless mutation. So we're getting the bless mutation back to back now. It has a 30% chance, 8.5 times multiplier. This mutation is actually pretty cracked. And guys, if you upgrade this rod too, it literally has a higher like multiplier. I'm not sure what the passive does. I just know it's a lot. Wait, that wasn't even a blessed mutation. All right, that one 100% is. Bro, I love the passive on this rod. The fact that it like skips majority of the progress bar is just so good. It makes this rod so much more usable. What's the luck on this rod? This rod's getting like good fish back to back. All right, we got a big blessed. I didn't think that fish was gonna have the blessed mutation, but surprisingly it did. I'm actually curious to see how much money we're gonna make with this rod in the next 5 minutes, guys. This rod seems like it's catching fish a lot slower, but the mutation makes more. So it's possible that this rod actually might beat the Nate's blade, but it's only one way to find out. We're gonna find out by the end of this 5 minutes. All right, boys and girls, the timer just went off. Let's just see how much money we made in this timer, please. That thing is so loud. Let's catch this last one, and then we're gonna click sell all and see how much money we made. And we only made 100,000. Wait, this rod actually kind of sucks. This is definitely top 5 on the list. All right, and I feel like we also kind of messed up. Maybe the mutations could have been a little bit better to help us get fish more faster. But let's move on to the next rod. And the next rod, okay, so the next rod that we're gonna move on to is the Oniflex. Oniflex rod. All right. See, the spot that this rod has, there's another rod that's actually worse. Okay, we're gonna use the elder mossgripper. And the reason why we're using this rod, here, I'm gonna show you guys the passives. Guys, I'm gonna have to tie this spot, evil pitchfork and the elder mossgripper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 2-minute timer for both these rods, okay? For both these rods, we're going to put a 2-minute timer because they're tied in the spot. We can't forget. Wait, let's do 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, and let's start. Are pretty basic. It has a lot of different mutations that you can get with this rod, but it has a pretty much a guaranteed 30% progress speed, and we do have sea overlord, and we have sea prince on this rod as well. But as y'all can see, we just got a pretty cool looking mutation right there. The only bad thing about this rod, I feel like we're not getting that much crazy cool. I feel like the luck stat on this rod is actually kind of a little bit lower than the 2 past rods that we've used. Or the aurora totem might have ended. Wait, the aurora totem ended. Is also a big changer, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, this rod is called a duplicate fish. I just realized this rod called a duplicate fish right now. Wait, that's actually fire. So this rod does have a passive where it can catch like duplicates randomly. All right, and one thing about this rod, it literally gives a size increase booster to all the fish that you catch. I'm pretty sure it was 45%. It was definitely 45%. Low key, I feel like Nate's blade was a little bit better than what I put on the list. Let me know what you guys think. Nate's blade actually might have been a little bit better, bro. The Nate's blade is actually kind of cracked. Like thinking back at it now, that Nate's blade is literally so overpowered, low-key. It makes sense why they only put 4x multiplier on all his mutation. I'm pretty sure we're almost running out of time for this rod. We're gonna hear the timer pretty soon. This rod kind of disappointed me, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's loud. All right, guys, and that is over. All right, so now we're gonna see how much money we made with this rod. Boom, and we made 50,000. But since we only had half the time, we're gonna double it by 2. So we made about 100,000 in 5 minutes. So that rod is actually kind of trash. All right, now let's go to the evil pitchfork and let's give this 2 minutes and 30 seconds as well. I feel like this rod actually might be a little bit more overpowered. And the reason for that, it has a 50% chance to gain 500% of the fish's base value. 500%. All right, and then it has a 25% chance to boost the weight by 100 or 200. And then it has 20% chance for evil mutation, which is 6 times 0.5, and it stabs and has progress speed. All right, then it also has the siren sprite 5x multiplier. All right, guys, the 2-minute timer has started for the evil pitchfork. Let's see what this rod got. All right, so this rod actually has cuts. The only thing about this rod, the control bar is a little bit smaller, so you're gonna have a little bit harder time of catching fish compared to all the other rods that we've been using. But you do have more mutations. There's 2 mutations that we can get, and we also have a chance to get the 500% increase on the base value of the fish. And we somehow just got an electric fish right there. What the heck? Where are the cuts at? I have not seen any cuts happen to this rod yet. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we just spoke it into existence, and we got the evil mutation. Oh, we got the evil sprite mutation. Wait, I was not paying attention. Oh my gosh, I was not paying attention right there. All right, let's get some cuts. I need some cuts right there. Bro, rods that have cuts are so overpowered, bro. Yo, that thing was huge, bro. Wait, that fish might be like worth a lot right there. Oh my gosh. Wait, I actually gotta lock in on this fish. He's moving a little too much. See, on this rod, you might want to have a bait that has resilience on it. I might switch that. Yo, we're fighting this fish right now, bro. Bro's moving around like crazy. All right, let's go. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna switch to a meteor. All right, now let's, I think it should be a lot easier to catch this fish now. The resilience is, I don't think that made any change at all, bro. Fish is still moving around a little bit. Bro, they need to make new baits that like add control to your rod. That'll be so cool. And guys, remember, on this rod, we only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Definitely is way better than that other mossgripper. That rod kind of sucks, bro. I'm gonna be honest. That rod needs to get taken off the list, guys. I thought that rod was way better than what it was, but it actually kind of sucked. It was bunts. It was very trash. All right, let's see what we got. And this rod, ooh, let's just get this last catch. Get this last catch. Come on, come on. All right. So now let's sell all the fish that we have and let's just see how much money we made. 27,000. That was garbage. Oh my God, that was worse than the other rod. What the heck? I forgot this rod has a 500 times multiplier, or you could lose what, 30% or something. All right, guys, we have pretty much every rod in this whole list right here. You could use one of these rods. I should have made this video the top 10 rods, bro, at this point. All right, because we're going to be using the Oniflex rod next. All right, this Oniflex rod has a 70% progress speed, a 5% per wait, oh my God, every perfect catch you get, the progress speed goes up. I didn't know that. All right, and then 30% chance to fill up the bar to half, and then a 50% chance to get a 5 times multiplier. 7 times multiplier is 7%. 8 times 7 multiplier is a 3%. All right, so we're going to use the Oniflex rod. This is one of my favorite rods in the game, and I'm gonna show you guys why. All right, so we should probably set the timer. Yo, let's set the timer. Yo, this fish basically almost caught itself. Okay, we got the 50% mutation right there. I'm really curious to see how much money this rod is actually going to make. I feel like this rod might make more than every rod except for the Naze blade. I feel like the Naze blade is going to have the most money made today, because that was actually insane. insane. The Nathan blade might be the best rod for money making, bro. Oh, we got the Socrates. I'm pretty sure the luck stat on this rod is actually pretty high as well. So we should be catching some pretty decent fish. All right, this is I forgot, the more perfect catches we get, we increase the progress speed as well. So we got to focus on perfect catches. This rod is such a oh my god, we messed up the perfect catch. All right, guys, here we go. Got another perfect catch. Let's go. I'm really hoping that we can get this progress speed all the way up to like 100. Basically instant catch. Forgot this thing has like the, oh my gosh, this rod is definitely up there on the list. This might be one of the best. This is definitely top 3 best rods in the game for money making right now. Also, you can upgrade it and increase the stats even more and make it even more overpowered. Oh my god, we got another Socrates perfect catch right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's lock in. Let's lock it. No, we messed up the perfect catch. One thing about this rod, if you want to max out your perfect catch, you can also get the mystical enchantment and get the resilience stats on this rod even crazier. Wait, I think the resilience is like really negative on this rod, but I'm pretty sure the time is about to. All right, let's just see how much this rod made. I think it made second the most money. Second the most. Oh, 78,000. So this rod would have made 150,000. The Nate's blade is still better somehow. That's actually kind of crazy. All right, but I wanted to use the Sword of Darkness. I really think this rod actually might be better than all the other rods in this video for some reason. It has a high chance of actually being better. Why do I have this as the Cosmic Relic? Why am I using tryhard? Wait, let's change the Cosmic Relic before I use this rod. Let's change it to like, we have a few options that we could change it to. I'm gonna do Sea Prince for now. 15% multiplier. All right, let's just see how much this rod can make in the next 2 minutes. So guys, this rod, if you get, I'm pretty sure that it has a darkness mutation that has like an 8.5 multiplier, if I'm not mistaken. But if we get 3 perfect catches in a row, then we get the darkness mutation on the sword. You'll literally see the sword get darker and it'll be on some like crackhead mode. And the sword will literally like have a guaranteed chance to get the 8.5 multiplier, and the progress speed would go up significantly. And we kind of mess up the, wait, is it perfect catches or do we just have to catch them? And this rod has slashes. Let's make it nighttime real quick. All right, this will be the last catch if it's not perfect catches. All right, we have the darkness mutation on the sword. So now we have 145% progress speed. Okay, let's pop Aurora. All right, let's get these fishes now. This rod actually might be the best in the game for money making right now. I'm not gonna lie, but one thing about this rod, you need Herculean on it. You absolutely need Herculean if you want to catch anything. But the fact that it has such a low progress speed and the mutation's so overpowered, this might be the best for actually making money in this game. We got Big Darkness Gooper, but the bad thing about it only lasts 30 seconds. That ability lasts 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, you can catch the craziest fish with an 8.5 times multiplier. Okay, we just gotta catch 2 more fish, and then we get that darkness mode, but we might run out of time pretty soon. I think this rod actually might make more money than every other rod in this video. I'm hoping we can get this ability before the time runs out. It's literally about to beep. I can feel it. All right, there we go. We have darkness mode. All right, so now we have 120% progress speed plus slashes. All right, let's get these fishes, guys. Yeah, this rod definitely takes the cake, bro. I feel like this rod might make more money. All right, time's up. So now let's hit the sell button and let's just see how much money we made. And we made 59,000. So it did do better than all the past rods that we've done besides the Nate's blade. All right, so I made 59,000, so it would have made like 120,000 every 5 minutes. The Nate's blade still is on top. All right, but now, okay, let's go to the next rod. All right, guys, the next rod, we have 2 more rods in this video. So you can either do the Luminescent Oath, which is the weaker version of the Ruinous Oath, or you can do the Ruinous Oath. But the thing about this rod, it's super overpowered, like very, 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 very overpowered. All right, so for this rod, we're going to do 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to do 5 minutes, guys. All right, so let's do 5 minutes of fishing with this rod. Because of how overpowered it is, I just want to see what we can do. All right, so the thing about this rod, if you really pay attention and focus, you can actually get a mastered mutation, which is a 9 times multiplier, I believe. But the progress speed literally increases every second. But you can literally get a 9 times multiplier mutation every single, oh, I messed up, every single time that you don't mess up. And also look at the resilience on this rod. The resilience is like insanely good. The fish didn't move at all, like at all. The fish literally just sat there. All right, let's just catch this real quick. All right, boom. And this rod has maxed out aura. This, oh, and it also has a passive right there. I don't know if you guys seen it, but the passive literally to halfway, I believe. Halfway, and it's a % chance that it'll do that. But as y'all can see, this rod is super overpowered. The more time that you spend catching a fish and it's a perfect catch, the bar gets smaller, as y'all can see. But you get the guaranteed master mutation, which is I think it's a 9.5 times multiplier. I'm gonna definitely look at the rod stats after we finish this, after the 5 minutes is up. But for now, let's just see how much money we can make. This rod is such a focused rod. Like, you cannot AFK farm with this rod at all. But if you literally, like, if you need money bad in this game, you just lock in and focus, bro, you can make so much money with this rod. And we're about to see how much money we actually make in the next 5 minutes. I'm really hoping that this rod just, I think this actually might be my top 3 favorite rods in the game, just because I like how easy. Wait, what the heck did we just get? Damn, we really did not need that. That's a waste of time and money right now. But we did get a mastered enchantment relic. And guys, the time is officially up. Let's get this last fish and boom. So now that we did that, let's go ahead and sell all, and we made $160,000. The Nate's blade is still better. Oh my god, the Nate's blade is actually super overpowered. The Nate's blade might be the best rod in the game for making money. We made $400,000 in 5 minutes with it. All right, so now this rod is extremely optional. I personally would not recommend this rod for making money. And the reason why I wouldn't, the tryhard rod, even though it's the best rod statistically for making money, look at the freaking control bar with the resilience, bro. If anyone tells you that this rod is the best for making money, it's either they're a tryhard and they're the best at the fishing minigame, like crazy, bro. This is an honorable mention. I personally would not use this to make money in this game. Even though it's really good, you can make a lot of money, but like, bro, just look at the fish, bro. Like, bro, he's just bouncing everywhere. Like, come on. Come on, this rod, if you say the tryhard rod is the best for making money, you're either a sweat, you're literally a tryhard. You're a tryhard and you just, anyways, let's look at the stats real quick. All right, so the tryhard rod has a 300% progress speed and a 10 times X multiplier. That's why people will say it's technically the best for making money, but bro, the resilience is negative 500. By the time you catch one fish with the tryhard rod, I already caught 20 with this rod, the Ruinous oaf rod. Anyways, guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know what you guys think are the best rods for making money. If I missed any, please let me know. See y'all in the next video.